So if you need specific dates of when I was interacting with people, I should be able to dig that up. It's not off the top of my head.
Okay.
So
did you have any,
I believe it was the night I arrived at Florida that Lynn and I got confirmation that.
Wow, Kim, I'm sorry about that.
He had been arrested and that there was sexual abuse tied into this whole thing.
And how did
I can't remember when I had been trying to not listen to the news, so I'm not sure when I actually finally concluded that Maddie was dead. I can't remember if it was reading an article or if I'd gotten a call. Maybe you called me. I don't really remember who told me. I just remember kind of the day that it happened.
Okay, how did you hear the news about him being arrested? Did Jennifer tell you, or did you see it on the news?
I was informed of Stefan being arrested by Tati. Who told you?
And then the news told me.
Okay.
Press conference.
All right. When you were here, did you and Jennifer see each other?
The only time I saw Jennifer was when I made an appearance for, I'm not sure if it was an official funeral, but I have pictures from the location and the name of the funeral house. It was a funeral house. They say that Maddie is going to be cremated in the next couple of weeks, but there was a closed casket that Jennifer's family was there, and I arrived with my separate party. I believe all interactions between me and Jennifer happened on a camera in the main thing of the funeral home. I did not speak with her anywhere else but in the funeral home. I hugged a few of her family members, and I hugged her at one point, but we shared very few words, and I was not.
Yeah, I mean,
wow, he's very, yeah, I am too, Bear. That's what I just said. Wow. He's very cautious of what he does with her in public and how he looks with her. Very interesting. And, I agree to put your differences aside for your child, regardless. And Caro, I absolutely believe that. I'm still not going to bash anybody. I'm a different parent than many people are. I'm one of those, I'll do anything for my child. You gotta have to fight me if you want to take my child away or custody or anything that is less than what I'm okay about. So yeah, MFAR, very articulate. We have the petition. The petition's still going around. I could drop that in chat, or one of the mods could drop that in chat. Very, very wow to me too. Yeah, he's got some detailed memories of events. I would have been shook. He couldn't talk on anything. That was Maddie's funeral with a closed casket, and Jen was actually there, y'all. She wasn't there for the public one.
In all honesty, our main focus right now is Maddie. Okay,
yes, sir.
Not the relationship you and Jennifer have or have not had or whatever. So I don't know if some of these questions are difficult because Tatiana is listening or whatever, but I don't want it. Like I said, our main focus right now is Maddie. So
yes, I'm not okay with that, but for the purpose of cooperation and for the purpose of your investigation, I'm willing to go through emotional pain to get there. So just please continue asking what you need, and I will keep you apprised of my emotional condition.
No, I appreciate it. Okay, did you and Jennifer talk about what may or may not have happened to Maddie?
Only on the initial phone call when I threw out a couple of scenarios trying to figure out where to even start looking for myself. After that phone call was pretty much minimized between me and Jennifer. I know at some point she had her phone taken and contacted me through an alternate phone number to provide me information of where the funeral home was. So I was in text communication with her infrequently throughout my stay in Orlando for stuff like that. I have attempted to comfort her before I realized that Maddie was dead, but I don't think I was in Florida. That was over the phone when I was like, hey, this isn't your fault, that kind of stuff. Information comes out between you and me. I'm becoming aware. I don't know what Jennifer did or didn't know. I don't know if she was aware of this happening or not. And the context of if she knew and was enabling, or if she is as much of the victim as Maddie, will dictate how comfortable I am having any for. Frankly, I'm not interested in contacting her family ever again anyway.
Okay, this is really good to hear, y'all. He just said if he finds out that Jennifer's fucking involved in this, he's going to take whatever legal action he can. So there's a lot of people that are asking me about Tyler, and why doesn't he file a civil suit, and why isn't he doing anything? The number one reason I'll tell you why he hasn't done anything else or even been able to travel to Florida is because he hasn't had the money to go without having a clear idea of what he's going to do. So we just heard that right now. And yeah, we just heard that. And I hope that he does do something like that. I hope that if they do find, the only way that he's gonna be able to do that is if they have evidence. So he can't he can't just do something without evidence. Gotta have it. All right. So that was good. That was really good to hear. Hello, Carrie. How you doing? Happy Friday. All right. So that answers your question. All the people asking me about that.
I'm sorry. I'm ramping up. I just need a second. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you think it was normal for Jennifer to call you when she went missing? Or did that seem kind of out of the blue because you guys haven't had much communication?
Jennifer almost never tells me anything. I think the only reason she told me is because she realized that I was going to find out eventually.
Okay.
But I can't confirm or deny that. That's just me speculating.
Okay. Has she told you in the past what any issues that Maddie may have had or has not had, like parenting stuff? Or
about 2 years ago when I was in prison is when I heard that
Oh,
Maddie had received a diagnosis for autism, which is something that I always thought that maybe I dealt with, autistic traits that I have. And the short version of the story here is I believe my daughter did not have autism, and I believe I don't have autism. I believe we have autistic traits that are symptoms of PTSD.
Wow, y'all. Wow. First time I've heard this. Hold on. I don't know what happened here. Hold on.
And
Okay.
realizing that it wasn't a genetic autistic trait that I passed on to Maddie, it was probably her having similar developmental conditions that I had as a child that I was recognizing in her. And that's real fucking hard to deal with, man. I'm so patient waiting to have my turn with my little girl. And then this shit happens, and I just don't know what to think. I'm just processing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
all right. Have you ever met Jennifer's boyfriend, Stefan?
I don't think so. I think I've only ever seen pictures of him on Instagram. I'm trying to remember that. I did.
All right. So yeah, we've heard more information out of him in the last 3 minutes than we have out of Jennifer Soto. That would be helpful for anything. Anytime Jen's ever talked, nothing has been useful. It's been all her confirming nothing, confirming that she handed Maddie over, that she backed up Stefan Stearns and didn't want him arrested, and then lots of victim blaming here. Showed signs of PTSD, not autism. That's exactly what we've been saying the entire time. I've been saying that the entire time, especially talking to the roommate CM. She told me the exact same thing. Maddie did not have those. Maybe they were developmental, he was saying, but then PTSD around what he did. Yeah, right, LA. I'd love to do that. Wow, I haven't heard this part of the interview, so good interview.
Jennifer always seemed pretty comfortable with Stefan. I knew he was a biomechanical engineer from what Jennifer told me, which always weirded me out on what the fuck would a biomechanical engineer want with Jennifer. Like, I'm not saying she's a terrible person, but I just didn't see what traits of her would attract somebody like that. And so I do have a working theory with what I think happened.